guys, Tom White 601, and happy Patch Notes Day. And let me tell you, it's after 2 long droughts of boring updates, I'm going to say this one is going to be pretty good. Just hear me out on this one. It's going to be pretty good. So we're going to have Patch Notes Day. Also, we're going to have a small life/channel update at the end of the video. So if you care about me personally, stick around at the end and I'll talk over that. But with all that said, let's dive on into the patch notes. And first things first, the campaign ship, Carl the 14th Johann, the Tier 8 Pan-European battleship. Now, it's really a battle cruiser, and it's a bit of an interesting one over on PC because, well, it can stealth torpedo because it has Holland, or it has torpedoes that are long range over on PC that it can stealth torpedo with, and fairly long range secondaries in addition to pretty stealthy concealment over on PC. It's like a 9-kilometer concealment battleship, which is just disgusting. So overall, I'm excited to see how Carl Johann will do. I'm not after this past campaign, I'm not holding my breath, but be prepared for some interestingness to hit the high seas. Of course, we have the you'll be able to get that ship with the Admiralty backing, or you could choose to not buy the Admiralty backing and still get a decent amount of things. Next, it's the April Fool's event. This time, Planet Clash. This seems to be a rehash or a redo of the Space Fishy sagas. The April Fool's event from like 3 years ago. I'm interested to see what happens. Of course, in that event, we got Des Moines, and Des Moines was woefully underpowered, and people hated it and thought it was going to be terrible. And then we get Des Moines that we know and love today. But I'm happy to say the April Fool's event this year, not going to be the racing. I think we can safely say that kind of overstayed its welcome. Additionally, one of the new camos we can see is the Achilles. It looks like a new Z52 camo, which checks out because, of course, we just got the Z52. So, of course, going to want us to win the very fancy version of its space camo. Next up, Japanese light cruisers are entering early access. There was a trailer for it the other day. The Japanese light cruisers entering early access. Tiers 4 through 7 will be there, right? Tiers 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that checks out. Tiers 4 through 7, which is going to be Agano, Gosuke, Amano, and Shimanto. TLDR on this line, at least on PC. Very long-range torpedoes, 152 millimeter guns. They don't get any bigger. Fairly long range on those guns. Moderate reload speed. Basically, they just keep on getting more guns as they move up. And I think Yodo, which is the legendary tier for us, has like 18 guns. Fire chances is moderate. It's going to be an interesting line. I don't expect them to be incredibly impactful in this game, but we will have to just wait and see. There will be a calendar reward next during this update for a unique Japanese cruiser commander, which is going to be very good. If we recall, Wargaming has been doing this as they've introduced a lot of the lines. They've been introducing a commander that really pairs well with them. And more interestingly, you can't really get those commanders any other way. I would have thought we would have gotten the British Battlecruiser commander by now. We haven't. So I think it's very important. Do the calendar to get this commander. Of course, we'll talk about if he's worth it once we get to see all of his skills. But the commander, his name is Matsuji Ijuin. His base trait is going to increase torpedo speed by 1.5 knots and increase maximum ship movement speed by up to 2%. And then his legendary skill is going to reduce torpedo detectability by up to 200 meters, increase the torpedo range by up to 6%, and increase cruiser torpedo damage by up to 20%, depending on the distance traveled. So there is some spice that could go on with that, and we will just kind of have to wait and see what exactly goes on. Then we move on to the 5-year anniversary of this game. As a thanks, all the players who've been around for 5 years will get a free Tier 5 premium ship, the Commonwealth Cruiser Mysore. She's a Fiji-class ship that was transferred, I believe, to the Indian Navy. From what I saw over on PC, you're looking at pretty much all of the strengths of the Fiji class. We're going to get crawling smoke as opposed to regular smoke. They're removing the torpedoes, but I believe you get basically a better fire rate as a compromise for that. So interesting. Also over on PC, I feel like, was it a tier? It's weird just because it's lower. It's being down tiered. So we'll see what other compromises have to be made to make the Fiji a tier 5. Coming back next season, or additional stuff next season, seasons 52 and 53 of Ranked. They're going to feature tier 5 in season 52, in tier 6 in season 53, in 5v5 matches. So yay, Ranked returns. Another new ship on the horizon, this time a new steel ship, Dyson, coming for steel. It will be a large battlecruiser that has accurate guns. We will have to wait and see. Hopefully, Wargaming will give her to me for update, or for review, but we will kind of have to just wait and see. They sometimes act a little weird with the steel ships. Then we have what I think may end up being one of the most impactful changes to this game. Guys, mobile release on March 27th, iOS and Android will have the full mobile version of the game released worldwide. Of course, it's been in limited release in, I believe, Canada, Philippines, and I feel like maybe South America. In some of the nations in South America, I'm not 100% sure. But full mobile release. Hopefully that means we're going to see new players coming into the game. I'm excited to see what overall this does. We do already have one CC who is a primary mobile CC, so who knows? We may see some new community contributors come into the game, but we are here. Next up, there's been a couple of improvements to fleets. You're going to be able to see other people's fleets name tags within the game from now on, and there's going to be a looking for fleets tab, sort of like the looking for division tab. So those are the base changes. Now let's move on to the Ministry of Balance, because let me tell you, there is some pretty big changes here, and these are what truly I am excited about for this update. First off, let's get into the ship changes. Resistance getting a buff. AP shell damage is being boosted on her, and ship HP is being boosted from 55,200 to 59,000. Next, the Hawk. I was kind of surprised to see Hawk on this list, just because Hawk seems to be a pretty powerful ship. I've really enjoyed playing Hawk, but either way, its main battery reload time is going from 31 seconds down to 28 seconds. Then moving on to St. Louis, who's receiving a whole slew of buff. Main battery reload time is going from 8.5 seconds to 7.5 seconds. And then the hull health is going from 40,900 to 44,000. Alaska getting a bit of a nerf. The buffs that they gave it just a wee bit too strong, so they're taking them back just a little. So main battery reload time is being increased from 18 seconds to 20 seconds. And then the HP increased HP is being kind of redistributed along the hull to make it a bit to spread out the HP before the ship takes saturation. Similarly, Stalingrad is going to do about the same thing. They're kind of spreading more HP out of it into the superstructure, into the casemate, into the bow, just to make it harder to saturate the ship overall. Then Cherbourg and Brest both receiving buffs. The new cruisers from the French. The main battery reload time from Cherbourg going from 29 seconds to 28 seconds, and the main battery time on Brest going from 28 seconds to 26 seconds. Then Lione, the much maligned tier 5 destroyer from the Italians, getting its reload reduced from 9.5 seconds to 8 seconds. Then the Italian tech tree destroyers getting buffs pretty much all around. Lucia Trigo going from a main battery reload time of 6.5 seconds down to 5.5 seconds. Vittorio Canubri going from 6 seconds to 5.5 seconds. And then Adriatico going from 5.7 seconds down to 4.5 seconds. Very excited for that, making those ships a bit more viable. I think they still need a little bit of a health boost, but this reload is a pretty massive buff to them. Then there are some economy changes at tier 8. The following ships are having their credit earnings increased. Maine, Azumo, Temeraire, Frederick de Grober, and Dmitry Donskoy. And then, interestingly, some ships are having their credit earnings reduced. That's going to be Brest, Petropavlovsk, Brindisi, and Sejong. I 100% blame Metajerk for Sejong, just because I know he's always out there playing those weird boats, and it's a bit weird to see Sejong catch a nerf like this. Also, similarly on Brest, as it was kind of, I feel like, underperforming, so why limit its credit earning potential? Whatever. That's just where we're at. Then we move on to what I think is the biggest change, the most important change that was needed in this game, and one that is going to change things up. And I just want everyone, pause this video, head on over to Where Are You AA Ron's channel and give him a big old thank you. Because I feel like he's been the one yelling about this the longest. He's definitely been the most consistent one yelling at the devs about it in the CC channel, about wanting this stuff changed. We are getting spawn reworks. So, let's go through them. Trap. They are removing the angling from the spawns. Spawns are repositioned to avoid line of sight, and carrier spawns have been moved forward. Haven at the lower tiers has been they've removed the angling from the spawns. Haven at higher tiers, they've removed the bias to the spawns. Hallelujah. And they've also removed the angling. Then on Shatter, they've spread the spawn groups out across the map, and the map border added to reduce empty map space. Followed up by Estuary, tuned capture zone sizes. The center capture zone size has been increased. The spawn point weighting has been adjusted, and 2 new scenarios for Estuary have been added using the left and right halves of the map. Riposte, they've moved awkward spawn points for better navigation. Hallelujah. Strait, 2 new scenarios have been added, which I'll be honest, guys, Strait was my least favorite map when I was playing a lot more down in the lower tiers, but they've added new scenarios for it, 1 in mid tiers, 1 for top tier battles. So good to see Strait making its most hated return, but I'm happy to see it. Finally, Tears of the Desert Epicenter game mode has been removed from matchmaking. Right? Like, guys, oh my goodness. This is exactly what we needed. This is 100% what this game needed. I am so happy we are getting spawn reworks. It should breathe some true new life into it. So those are all of the patch notes. let's now move into the personal stuff in the channel update. So, a couple of things. One, you may have noticed I've been posting a lot less. Apologies. Work has been absolutely crazy busy. I've been interviewing for a promotion. Part of that promotion has been doing interviews where I have to like make presentations and do all sorts of other like homework outside to prove I am right for that job. So I've been busy and work has been busy, so I apologize for not posting. Also, let's be clear, the last two updates haven't done us much favor, and I've been playing Helldivers a little bit more with the few minutes of gaming that I have been able to do. Next up, bought a new car. Actually, I bought a new truck. Bought myself a Jeep Gladiator. Super happy about it. Have always wanted one. But as I'm sure you all are aware, now that I own a Jeep, it has to become my entire personality. So clearly, the channel's switching over to an off-roading channel now, because those are just the rules, guys. I'm sorry. I unsubscribe if you don't want it. I'm just messing with you. But super happy. I've pretty much wanted one of those trucks ever since they came out, and they are very much on sale right now because they can't sell them, so I picked mine up for like 30% off the sticker price, so I'm super happy with it. Finally, small update on next week. I will not be covering any of this stuff next week in these patch notes, mainly because I will not be in the country going on a cruise with my wife to celebrate 1 year anniversary. I'm not paying ridiculous prices for ship Wi-Fi. Also, I like going on cruises because then I don't look at my phone, don't do anything. I just lay out in the solarium reading books and drinking alcohol. So, with that said, none of this stuff will be covered next week. Do hit the like button. I'll try to cover what I can the week I get back, but I will be quite busy, most likely with work, catching up from a week of that. So, that's the patch notes, guys. That's the little update on my life. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.